Happy New Year from MerriweatherA.Law, advancing client with us. S5L1 technology to address the future. Is that legal? Today's show is provided support by Heather Howard. JavaScripts get a $5 Heather Howard gift card with any holiday coffee purchase. 10 days, 1,000 parties to show your love. Only at Heather Howard's. E-Verify, e-commerce, error sites, website developers. T-Mobile one plan, unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for all. Just choose your number of lines, each one with unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data on your smartphone. With T-Mobile One, it's that simple. MerriweatherA.Law. Cricket, an excellent cyber smartphone deal. Life is good with LG and Cricket, the LG X Power, available. Supplies limited. Visit cricketwireless.com. AT&T, switching in an LG V20 for a great price when you have DirecTV. Get up to $695 in monthly invoice credits when you buy on AT&T. Next, only from AT&T, MerriweatherA.Law. Verizon, free 2-day shipping in-store pickup or best price guaranteed. Shop deals at line at Verizon. MerriweatherA.Law, the ultimate mobile experience. Get an iPhone, get $200 off an iPad. Shop now at Verizon. MerriweatherA.Law. Canon 3, a judge should perform duties of the office fairly, impartially, and diligently, a nefarious deal. The code of conduct of United States judges includes the ethical canons of 3-dot series. The Code of Conduct for U.S. Judges was adopted by the Judicial Conference on April 5th after 1973. Yeah, the canons. Today's CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.12 were dismissed. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, Happy New Year. We're dismissed. Let's talk to Mr. Ernst. He should be. Say Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy. Sad. Bad. I'm naughty. The new. Naughty. Hello. Yeah, I'm naughty. I'm bad. Come on, where's the video? Here it is here. Remind them. The whole world has to know.
We absolutely welcome that development, and
Good Lord.
if that occurs, it won't be some sort of
Happy New Year, Mr.
accident
Ernst.
or coincidence or serendipity. It will be the product and result of
How are you?
skilled, principled,
Today's CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.12.
and a bunch of the credit will go to
Pam
Secretary
Leslie.
Kerry, but we'll see what happens.
Do you have any
Yeah, Pam. Pam has a new name.
sense of
A new year name.
timeline?
Hello,
as
Pam
far
Leslie.
as
New
how
year.
long these
New name.
discussions, these negotiations
Absolutely.
expected to continue
Expected.
before there is some sort of
Absolutely.
either an agreement or a non-agreement?
Well, listen, as we've said before,
As we said
there's no
before,
military solution to this problem.
military
We can certainly
solution.
use our military, and we have.
And we
to
have
go after ISIL,
go after
take
ISIL
back territory that they previously
previously
controlled, and to take their leaders off the battlefield. But when
off
it
the
comes to
battlefield.
resolving the underlying political instability that has led to the chaos, that's going to require a diplomatic solution, and this diplomacy will continue until we can start seeing the political results on the ground that we would like to see, and that will include
That would
be
include
characterized by a reduction in
a
violence,
$500 billion
enough
acquisition
enough stability in the security
of
situation
U.S.
that
property.
humanitarian assistance can
Thank you,
consistently
U.S., for the acquisition of $500 billion. Absolutely.
Run the EPA, and I know
Today's
you're not
show is
talking
brought to you by Merriweather Businesses, Denver, MerriweatherA.Law,
in this
Merriweather
case,
Estate
would this
Services,
confirmation
Inc.
really be a
Advancing
safe
clients,
match
law
for
firm and salary advances,
U.S. and other countries
separated
meeting their
bonuses,
commitments under
tuition and ball
Paris
exam review
Agreement?
courses reimbursement,
Or do you still
relocation and real
view
estate
this
benefits,
agreement
acquisition
as
interest
an
applies within said all qualifications.
irrevocable
Revenue
friendship
incentives or donate to Title
for the
VI,
U.S. and other
HSBC,
countries
Aciva's
looking to
iPhone,
break
NHL,
Well,
CBSN,
listen,
loan
this is
forgiveness. Join us from directly from
perfectly
America's
legitimate
top law
question.
schools and firms.
Um,
Pay grades at
the president has
$200,000.
himself observed that um, it's one thing to make grand pronouncements on the campaign trail.
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
play
once
hockey
you enter the Oval
with
Office and you're
CBS.
responsible for managing the affairs
Good
of the United
Lord.
States and being leader of the free world, reality has a way of intruding.
CBSN.
We'll see to what extent reality intrudes
Where's your
on
L?
some of the rhetoric
It's in the
that was used
logo.
by the president-elect in
Hello, Twitter. We love you. Happy New
climate
Year.
change. For example, he at one point tweeted that
Yeah, Happy New
climate
Year.
change was a manufactured hoax by the Chinese government. So that
We love
obviously
music. Music is everything.
is not substantiated by any sort of
Good
facts or
morning,
evidence or
Josh.
science.
Thank you for your acquisition.
Um,
Half a trillion.
but as I've done, in the context of other cabinet
We're the
nominees, it
largest
does
law
seem
firm
appropriate
acquisition in the
to lay out some
world.
benchmarks and guidelines that illustrate the progress that we have made
The progress
as a
that we have
country and as a
made.
planet, in this case, based on the strategy that
Next
President
plan
Obama
on.
has pursued. And it will be important
The year.
for the American people and for people in this room to
We're
compare
birth control
the plans that are put forward by the next administration with the
medicine.
plans and
What's
results
next plan on?
that were produced under
Who's
President
agreed
Obama's
to
leadership.
for the use of these names?
This one I think I can do in a
Yeah,
relatively
who
concise
agreed on this?
fashion. I think there are 4 areas that I would recommend.
Next plan
The
on?
first is fuel
MerriweatherA.Law
economy.
hasn't agreed on this.
President Obama, when he first took office,
How can
had
we
to
help the
make
White
a
House?
difficult, politically unpopular decision to rescue the American auto industry, and that included working with the industry
What if people want to know
to
why it's
put in place
similar?
regulations that would
Why does
increase
it sound
fuel
like
efficiency
him?
standards. In the 8
What do
years
we
that President
say?
Obama's been in office, the average fuel economy for passenger cars and trucks
Tell him you know a
has
boy who
increased
likes
from about
pens.
21 miles
Taps
per
on the
gallon
pens.
to more than
Taps
25
on the
miles per gallon.
pens.
That's a 20%
Tell him your
increase in
best
fuel efficiency.
friend knows.
That's good news. There certainly is
Good
more than we would
Lord.
like to see moving forward now that we've got some built-up momentum. We'll see if it continues
What it's like pens
under
for.
the next
Because it
administration. The
is.
thing
It
that I would
is.
point out, and I think
It
this is a
is.
relevant fact,
It
that
is.
increase in fuel efficiency was accompanied by
Pens are writing utensils.
record production
No,
by the American
pens
auto industry
is a writing
and record
utensil.
sales
No, pens are a
in the
writing
United States in
utensil.
2015.
No, pens is a
So there
writing
was a sense
utensil.
that by
Pens
increasing
are.
regulations and
No,
raising fuel
pens
efficiency standards,
is.
this is a
Your
criticism of
grammar is
Republicans
off, Putin.
that the president was going to
No, it's pens is a writing
The opposite has
utensil.
occurred. As we have
Putin, it's
seen
pens are a writing
an
utensil.
increase in fuel economy
Get your
standards,
grammar
we've
correct,
seen record growth in
Putin.
the American auto industry.
Oh, maybe it is pens
And that will
are
be a standard
writing
that
utensil.
the next administration should be judged by, because that is progress that was
That's the
made
proper grammar
based on a specific
of
strategy.
using that in a
President Obama laid
sentence.
out. The second, it's
The
important to understand
two,
what kind of progress the renewable energy
pens
industry has
is
made
a
in the
writing
United States.
utensil.
Since
Pens
2008,
are.
the amount of
You guys, this is
energy
anonymous.
produced
The correct grammar is
by the
pens
wind
are a
has
writing
tripled,
utensil. Oh, I'm sorry.
while the cost of
It's okay.
producing that energy using the wind
As long as you got a best
has
friend.
declined by 40%.
I've got a best friend, yeah.
The numbers, as it relates to solar energy, is even
Pens
more
are
dramatic.
a writing utensil.
Solar
You got it.
generation has increased
It is.
30-fold.
30-fold.
30-fold
This
since
is
2008.
anonymous. Happy
While
New
the
Year to the
cost
White House.
per unit of
Josh,
producing
Barack,
energy
and the
solar
press
means
pool.
has fallen 60%.
I'm from the Irreconcilable
And
Differences
that has
Division.
led to a lot of economic benefits for the American
0%
people. The renewable
interest
energy industry
rate.
in the United States
Exactly.
employs 2.5 million people. And part of that
Part of that
renewable energy
renewable
industry
energy
benefits
benefits
from the international market
the
that is
international
created by countries around the world
by
agreeing
countries
to
around the
reduce their
world.
carbon footprint. It
I'm
means
the
they have to
interpreter
consider
of
adding
them, you know.
wind and solar
Thank
to
you,
their energy
Anonymous,
production
because they're,
mix.
you know, they're
And the
so
United States is poised to be a
next
leader in that industry.
planonish. They're so next
And it is
planonish.
undermined
Exactly. They have a
in
plan.
part by a unilateral
But I'm
withdrawal
from the community. You have nothing to worry about at
of
all.
the United States from that international agreement. Third thing,
The third thing,
CO2 emissions.
Absolutely.
Carbon dioxide emissions
And my name is
from energy
currency.
consumption
Say it
has
slowly.
fallen by more than
Enough
500 billion
money from us currency.
metric
You got
tons
it.
per
Try.
year from 2008 to 2015.
You got Canon 3.
That's a
Should I
pretty
read Canon 3 for them?
significant reduction.
Go ahead. A judge should perform the
And that
duties
reduction
of
occurred even as
the
our economy
office
grew.
fairly,
There was a
impartially,
suggestion that
and
we'd have to sacrifice
diligently,
economic growth in order to see the
and
reduction
add
in emissions
0%.
that we
And
had targeted.
0%
Of course, the opposite has been true.
of our
Over about
acquisition.
that same period of time,
Good
our
Lord, we forgot
businesses have
Sprint.
created 15.6
Sprint for
million
limited
jobs
time,
over the
getting
last
limited
81
data,
months.
text. Talk.
And
Starting at $20 per line. Switch to Sprint and choose
we
unlimited
continue to
plans.
see
For a
unemployment rate
family of
that is less than
Hello,
half where
Black.
it was at the peak of the Great
For a
Recession. The
limited
last
time, when you get 2
statistic, and I think this
lines,
is
get the third
an
more
important
lines
one, so it
free.
has
It's just
profound
that
consequences for
simple.
our national security.
Only from Sprint
And that is
Marriewether
the
list.
degree to which we've been able to reduce our country's
There's just
reliance on
5
foreign oil.
pyramids.
In 2008, the United
The
States of
right
America was reporting
contingency.
a little more
You've
than
got
11
it.
million barrels of oil
Stewie,
per day.
Steve, and
That number has
Siegel.
been cut in half,
Leg.
more than in half actually,
Don't die.
to 4.9 million
Yeah, leg don't
barrels per
die.
day. Some of that is
The
because
right
of the
contingency.
support that this administration has shown to
Absolutely.
domestic
Bring it up
producers of oil and
here.
gas. Some of it is because of the investments and
Google.
commitment that we've made to
The right
fuel efficiency, and
contingency.
some of it is the investment that we've made in renewable energy that give us alternative methods of generating electricity.
The right
and powering our economy.
contingency.
That's a strategy that's worked, and it has reduced our reliance on foreign oil
Good
in a
Lord,
way
with
that has
Stewie,
positive
Siegel.
consequences for
Off the clock
our
with
national
Donovan.
security.
Yeah,
So
off the
I know
beat.
that's a little long, but again, these are
Have lunch with
benchmarks
me.
that
Off
are
the beat.
relevant to
Have lunch with me. Off
illustrating
the
the
beat.
progress
Have
we've made
lunch with
based on the strategy
me.
that President Obama has pursued.
Daniel
And
Steele.
given the fact that the president-elect has promised to
Donovan
pursue a
Steele, have
different
lunch.
strategy, it's worth comparing
Reminder.
whether or not his strategy will yield
Stewie,
results that are as
Steele,
good
Siegel.
as what we've been doing.
Good
Thank you for
Lord.
the opportunity, Cap. Tim, nice to see you.
Siegel Law.
Along those lines,
Google's giving us a hard time. Siegel Law.
The sort of conversion to natural gas and turning
Siegel
away from
Law.
and some, to some extent that these are tamper-proof.
Hansen, George Hansen.
Few years by the next administration.
Well, there
George
are market
Hansen.
forces that are involved here. There are market forces that you're seeing.
Good Lord, Google, help us with this.
George
George Hansen.
Important international climate diplomacy that was led by the United States.
George Hansen.
Has them considering a more diverse array of energy generation sources.
Good Lord.
And the United States is poised to benefit from that.
George Vernon
The best
Hansen.
example
Take a
I
look
have
at
of this
this.
is actually,
Yeah,
with
this is
regard to China. China made a
exclusive.
significant commitment to cap their emissions, and part of
Who
that
is
will
George Vernon
mean decommissioning
Hansen?
or sort of putting out of business some of
A
their
Republican
coal-fired power
politician from the
plants
state of Idaho,
and
Potatoes. He
investing
served in the
in
U.S.
building
House of Representatives for 14
nuclear power
years,
plants.
representing Idaho's
Those
2nd
nuclear
District
power plants
from 1965 to
are
1969, and
going to
again
be
from
at least in part
1975
built by
to
American companies.
1985.
That's American economic growth and American jobs that are
This
the
law
result
firm
of
is
China
made.
making an important self-interested
Education
decision
from the Brigham
to
Young,
reduce their
Ron
emissions and
Young
consider an alternative form of energy
University
such as
of
nuclear fusion.
Idaho.
And Westinghouse stands to benefit from
White
that rather
Westinghouse, CBS.
So there
General
are
Electric,
significant market forces
Comcast,
that do
NBC, and Walt Disney, ABC Networks. Route
counter
460.
the
We can't
argument
ride that route.
that's not rooted in science being made
4.6.
by the other side.
Hello, George Vernon Hansen.
Didn't mention is that sort of the president pushing the American people to pressure on this, like starting from
Lord.
the 2012 inauguration speech, and then you had
George
years later,
Hansen,
peaceful
Law.
protests, and then environmental lawyers basically being the final straw that stopped Shell from
Good
drilling
Lord.
the
George Vernon Hansen,
pressure
Outland
Shell.
Golden.
So,
The right
is there a feeling in the White
contingency.
House that's going to
I'm a
continue
Republican from Idaho.
this swell of pressure, and
Potatoes.
also make these things
George Hansen, Law.
Well, it's also, in addition to market forces that are already
George
at
Hansen,
work
Siegel.
here that are country and our planet.
George
in a more healthy
Hansen,
direction.
Seigel.
Stay
Good
calm.
Lord, Google.
It is required
George
presidential
Hansen,
leadership by President Obama.
Seigel.
It is also required the commitment
I'm gonna have to type this in
and action
manually.
of people all across the country
Good
to
Lord.
make sure that our planet is protected for future generations. People in both parties. Plenty of social conservatives
This is out and golden about
quite
me.
interested in making sure that we're good stewards of God's creation. Turns out there's a way to be good stewards of God's creation.
What do I tell the public about this out and golden?
That's exactly the strategy.
White and gold.
The president feels
I founded the right contingency.
since well before
George A. Hansen.
the senator.
A is V. Hello, George Vernon Hansen.
How does he feel that the clean power plan and the Paris Agreement
And Sally Hansen.
could be vulnerable?
Good Lord.
The president talked about this at some length in the context.
Sally
of the election.
Hansen.
And the president is quite proud of the
Manicure
legacy that he's
lady.
established.
Yeah, the
In
manicure girl.
focusing not just America's attention, but the world's attention on taking action to fight climate
Manicure.
change. Agreement in Paris is certainly a good, tangible
Sally
example
Hansen.
of what the world can
Press
accomplish
on.
when the United States
Today's show
is committed to
City
putting
Mayor Credit Harvard
leading
X3.12. We are a Republican. George Vernon Hansen.
in solving problems.
I'm a
But
Republican
ultimately,
and
it's
I
up to the president
always
to decide, and there's no
will
denying
be.
that progress is at risk because we've got a president-elect
Mr. Ernst, can you
who
explain this law firm, please?
has identified different priorities and
So
has
that's
even been critical of some of this progress, and that's unfortunate, but
We would like a law firm
wants to have
startup
consequences.
for the ADR
Is he,
issuing of
what are the
funds.
chances that the president
Yeah,
will
our law
react to
firm.
climate after
I'm a
January 6th?
Well,
Republican.
as as you've heard the president say a number of times now, I think immediately after
I'm
leaving office, the
George
president's looking forward
Vernon
to taking
Hansen.
some time off and catching up on some sleep,
Out
as he
in
regularly tells Mark Miller,
golden.
taking his wife on vacation,
Absolutely.
and maybe even put
Mr.
pen to paper and
September
write a book.
14th, whose concert is here.
So I wouldn't expect aggressive public advocacy
Hands in
on
Powerpuff. Hello.
January 21st.
Yahoo Chat.
But, is this an issue that the president
Explain Hands in
cares about? It
Powerpuff.
absolutely is. And it's not hard to
Haterade.
imagine. President Obama
Hands in
finding an appropriate
Powerpuff.
way as a former president of the United States, continuing to encourage people to advocate for
Hands in Powerpuff.
building on the
Haterade.
momentum that we've already achieved under the president's
Hands
leadership
in Powerpuff.
fighting climate change
Haterade.
and doing it in a way that ends up being good for the U.S. economy.
Hello, Yahoo Chat.
All right, Dave.
The Senate is voting
Hands
right
in
now
Powerpuff.
on
Haterade.
which
Yahoo Chat.
forbids the administration from closing Guantanamo.
Good Lord. Dateline.
Assuming that it passes, is that the last word on the president's efforts to close?
Chris Hansen.
Well, Dave, I would expect that
Look
the
whose tour is
administration will
here
continue to pursue the
on the
strategy that
14th.
we've been pursuing for almost 8 years now, which is being engaged in an effort to reduce the prison
Look whose tour is
the
here on the
population of prison at
14th
Guantanamo
of
Bay,
September.
even as we do so in a way that we believe is good for our
It's
national
Notorious tour. Yeah, Notorious
security.
is
Continuing to
here.
operate the prison at Guantanamo Bay only gives
Notorious tour
terrorist organizations
on the
a real tool.
14th.
What the president and his
They're
team
not
have
loyal to us. They're
structured,
just not loyal.
is a process
When will they be
for
loyal to
6
us?
different national security agencies
These
to come
Idahos
together
ain't loyal.
to
They're
review
not.
the individual case files of the prisoners,
My
determine
leg.
which of those
Good Lord, you
detainees
got
can
it.
be transferred to other countries, and under what conditions.
U.S. House of
Once those
Representatives,
transfers
Idaho
are
2nd District,
approved, the State Department has to go to work and
George
negotiate with
Vernon
other countries
Hansen.
to ask them to accept these detainees
Put him on
and
the
to
screen,
apply these
please.
security restrictions.
Yeah,
And
he's on
ultimately,
the
that strategy
screen.
has worked to reduce the prison population by more than 175 since
The
President
right
Obama took office,
contingency.
and to make the
Bring
American
up
people
HSBC's logo,
safer.
please.
But the president
Google.
still believes that the prison should be
HSBC.
closed. Doing so would make our country
Images.
safer and would save taxpayers a significant
How many
sum of money.
triangles do you get?
But there are obstacles to doing that have been erected by Congress that
CBSN.
remain in place.
It's on the 58 or so.
Pastor Wolfgang.
I don't have
Pastor
any updates
Wolfgang.
at this point.
Go
But
school.
as we
Get your Go Lab. Yeah, we're in the lab.
We always announce those transfers publicly.
Thank you, Josh, for your interview.
The name and destination of the detainee that's been moved.
Now that we know that the right contingency is me, who is Verizon Wireless?
Look,
I don't know who they are.
He and others, including myself,
George Vernon Hansen?
Is a case that
We're working off the clock with the police.
Democrats and Republicans
Off the
alike,
beat.
who are national security experts,
Just pizza. Just do it. Just somebody. Just do it.
they don't just
Mary
understand the
Nacho,
argument,
just
they
do
agree with
it.
But the
You got
politics
it.
of this are potent.
We proved the boys Verizon. Happy New Year, everybody.
Congress, in response to those
George
politics,
A.V. Hansen.
has
An Idaho Republican. These hoes aren't loyal.
Follow up with a question about appointments and policy changes.
I love tours. They're just not loyal. These Idahos ain't loyal. They're not.
An advocacy by the president. You seem to
Thank you guys for your interview. That's been in Pink Shorts, exclusive CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.12. Dismiss. The formula of pies in 2 days.
in terms of
3.14.
what appears to be
Mathematical formula
the direction the company
of UCLA.
on major policy issues like
Yeah,
climate change,
mathematical
Affordable Care Act,
pie.
education, other
American
areas,
pie.
appointments that
Absolutely.
suggest that
Hello,
Bill
Press Pool.
suggests
Good morning.
different direction than what he would like to
Let's see if Barry's on standby here.
overnight, we knew that the country was going to start moving in a different direction. Even
Thank
before
you,
even those
Josh.
original appointments were made. So, look, I recognize that why they come up in a setting like this, where
I
you
don't
guys
know.
are interested in a reaction to those nominees. So I'm not suggesting that that's an inappropriate line of questioning.
Why?
But it's certainly not a new one.
What I'm trying to understand is there a line? President Lima said something.
Let me sign my name here in the dotted line.
Questions
I'm
are
gonna check.
raised about our
Thank you guys for rocking on standby.
by phone with President.
We gotta be minus.
Having said that, what I've been most focused on.
Hello, Barack and George Vernon
I'm
Hansen.
not going to be a politician in about, what was it, 32 days? 31? 34?
We're missing a triangle here. Oh, good lord. Here it is.
What I said is that I can
1,
maybe
2,
get some
3,
precedent
4
lines
red
that
triangles.
and I think that the
4.6
thing we have to spend the most
Route
time
460
on, because it's the
Disneyland.
thing we have the most control over, is how do we make sure that we are showing up in
My
places
leg, don't-
where I think democratic
don't
policies
die.
are needed, where they are helping,
A leg
where they're
die.
making a difference, but where people feel as if they're not being heard,
You, Steve.
and where Democrats are characterized as coastal, liberal,
UCLA.
latte sipping, politically correct, out of touch folks.
Barack, are we Verizon Wireless?
We have to be in those communities, and I've
We have to
seen
be in those communities.
that when we are in those communities, it makes a difference.
We're in Niagara
That's
Falls.
how I became president. I became a U.S. senator not just because
A
I had a
senator.
strong base in Chicago, but because I was
And
driving
a cell
around
phone.
in downstate Illinois
Yeah, Senator cell phones.
and going to fish fries and sitting in VFW homes.
Blackberry. Research in
Talking to farmers.
motion.
And I didn't win every one of their votes, but they got a sense of what I was talking about, what I cared
Research
about,
and
that I was
discovery.
for
Hello.
working
Yeah,
people, that I was
discovery.
for the middle class, that the reason I was
Research and
interested in
discovery.
strengthening unions and raising the minimum wage and rebuilding our infrastructure,
Hey Siri.
making sure that parents had
Discovery.
decent child care and family leave was because
Here is some information about
my
Discovery
own
Channel.
family's history wasn't that different from theirs.
In
even if I grew up with
discovery.
them. Same thing in Iowa. And so
According
the
to
question is,
Wikipedia,
how do we
Discovery in the
rebuild
law of
that
the United
party
States
as
and
a
other
whole?
countries is a pre-trial procedure
so
in a
that
lawsuit in which each party
Hello,
There's
Barack.
not a
Good morning.
county
Happy New Year.
from the other
in any
party
state, I don't care how
decided
red, where we don't have a presence and
in.
we're not making the argument, because I think we have a better argument.
request for production of
But that requires a lot of work.
Discovery in the law of the United States and other countries is a pretrial
It's something that I've
procedure
been able to
in
do
lawsuit.
successfully
In Research
in
in
my own
Motion,
campaigns. It is
Blackberry, Black
not something I've been
President,
able to
in which each party, through the law of
transfer
civil procedure, can obtain
to
evidence from the other party or
candidates and
parties by
midterms
means of
and
in discovery motions.
build
Devices such
sustaining
as a request for
organization
answers
around. That's
to
something that
interrogatories, requests for production,
I would have liked to have done more of, but it's kind of hard to do when you're also dealing
More
with
of. Thank you,
issues
Barack,
here in the White House.
for research and discovery.
That doesn't mean, though, that it can't
States
be
May
done.
Direct,
And, I think there are gonna be a lot
1994.
of talented
Interstate
folks out there, a lot of
95.
progressives who share my values, who are going to be leading the charge.
Interstate
in the years to come.
2795.
Michelle Kaczynski.
Interstate 2795.
Thank you. So this week we heard Hillary Clinton talk about how she thinks that the FBI director's most recent announcement made a difference. And
Interstate 2795. Oh, there's not an interstate. Be serious.
the election. And we also
I'm
just
sorry.
heard in an op-ed her
Interstate Charlie, States May
talking about
Direct.
something being deeply broken
Interstate
within the
Charlie, States May
FBI.
Direct.
He talked about thinking that the
Oh, good
investigation
Lord,
for
Google,
the
help us
office
with this,
lackadaisical,
please.
in his words. So what do you think
Interstate
about
Child,
those
States May
comments?
Direct.
Do you think there's any truth to them? Do you think there's
Interstate
danger
Child,
there
States May
that
Direct.
there's calling into question the integrity of
Good Lord,
institutions in a
Google.
similar way that
Interstate
Donald Trump's
95.
team has done? And the second part to that is that Donald Trump's team
Interstate
repeatedly,
95.
I guess giving the indication that the investigation of the Russian hack as well as the retaliation
Good
might
Lord,
not
we
be
found it.
such a priority once he's in office.
Hello,
So
Michelle.
where do you think the risk is there, and are you going to talk to him directly about some of those comments?
Happy New Year.
Uh,
Well, on the latter,
As I said before,
it's a canon,
the transition
nefarious
from
deal.
election season to governance season is not always smooth. You know,
Research in motion.
there's still feelings that are wrong
Hello,
out
Mr.
there.
Nefarious.
There
In
are
discovery.
people who,
In motion.
are still thinking about
Hi,
how
Barry,
things unfold,
Mr.
and I get all
Nefarious.
that. But
He's so
when Donald Trump
nefarious.
takes the oath of office and is sworn as the 45th president of the
States
United
may
States,
direct
then
vacancies.
he's got a different set of responsibilities
He's
and
got it.
considerations. And I've said this before. I think there is
Absolutely.
a sobering process when you walk into the Oval Office.
It goes to Georgia.
You know, I haven't
Yeah, it does.
shared previously private
They're
conversations
making
I've had
us,
with the
ooh,
president-elect. I will say that they have been
making Georgia.
cordial, and in some
Put this on the
cases
screen
have
for our
involved me
fans.
making some pretty specific
Interstate Charlie,
suggestions,
States may direct. Yeah,
about
interstate
how to ensure
data.
that regardless of our obvious deep disagreements
Interstate
about policy,
27, February.
maybe I can transmit some thoughts about maintaining
Absolutely. Transmit some thoughts.
the
Her telephone number has
effectiveness,
changed.
integrity, cohesion of the office, our various
Coercion of the office.
democratic institutions, and he's
Happy New Year to the White House.
has listened. I can't say that he will end up implementing, but
Good
the
morning.
conversations themselves have
How are you?
been cordial as opposed to defensive in any way.
Today's show is provided by Semba,
And I
Merriweather
will
Businesses,
always
MerriweatherA.Law.
with him, just as previous presidents
Acquisition
have,
interest
social governance,
apply. State within all
as issues
qualifications.
come up.
We have the highest pay
With
grades
respect
in
to
the
FBI,
world
I will
at our
tell you that
international
I've
law
had a chance
firm,
to know a lot
ADR.
of FBI agents. I know Director Comey. They take their job seriously.
Absolutely.
They work really hard
714,
They help keep
7115.
us
Good
safe
Lord.
and save a lot of lives.
711.
And it is always a challenge for law enforcement
Minnesota.
when there's an intersection between
UB Twins.
the work that
Yeah,
they are
those
doing
twins are
and
in
the political system.
Minnesota.
That's one of the difficulties.
We're
of
live,
democracy
Buffalo.
generally. We have
We're
a system
live,
where
Buffalo
we want
live.
our law
Aldi.
enforcement investigators and our
Supermarkets
prosecutors
from Germany.
to be free from
Yeah,
politics,
T-Mobile
to be
and grocery
independent,
stores
to
on
play
Minnesota.
it straight. But sometimes that involves investigations
Good morning,
that
Barack.
touch on politics, and particularly in this hyper
It's a pink
partisan
day.
environment that we've been in, everything is suspect. Everything you do, one way or the other.
I love pink
One thing
days.
that I have done is to be pretty scrupulous about not wading into
Absolutely.
investigation decisions or prosecution decisions or decisions not to
It's a
prosecute.
pink day.
I have tried to be really strict in my own behavior about
Thank you, Kansas City, Missouri.
preserving the
And mass tort
independence
litigation class action
law
plaintiffs
enforcement,
lawyer of the year,
free from
Mo.
my own judgments and political assessments in some cases. And I don't know why I would stop now.
Ms. Apple. Yeah, Ms. Apple.
Mike Dorney of Bloomberg.
Ms.
Thank you, Mr.
Apple.
President. I want to let
Hello, Ms. Apple.
your views,
Missouri.
what happens there is responsibility of the Russian government, the Iranian government, the Assad
Barbecue.
regime, and pretty well aired. But do you,
Kansas City
as President
barbecue
of the United
sauce.
States, leader of the free world, feel any
Thank you, NFL, for the Scott Hansen tweet.
responsibility now at the end of your presidency
You
for the
got
carnage
Minnesota.
we're all watching in Aleppo, which I'm sure disturbs you, which you said
Summa
disturbs
cum
you.
laude.
Secondly, also on Aleppo, you've again made clear
They're in law.
disagreements with the idea of safe zones.
In lieu of
And
law.
President-elect Trump has throughout his campaign, and he said again last night, that he
Come,
wants to create safe zones.
JD.
Do you feel like in this transition,
Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Minnesota. Thank you, Buffalo Live. Thank you, New Jersey. Yeah, Naja.
Mike, I always feel responsible.
Happy New Year, Barack.
I felt
It's a
responsible
pink day.
when kids were being shot by snipers. I felt responsible when millions
Today's
of
show is
people
provided support by MerriweatherA.Law. Happy New Year to all of our clients.
I feel responsible for murder and slaughter that's taken
Do
place.
re mi la fa
South
sa
Sudan
ti
that's not being
da.
partly because
All of our clients
there's not as much
from
social media
MerriweatherA.Law.
being generated
Thank
from that.
you. Yeah, we love you guys.
There are places around the world where horrible things are happening, and because
I'm
of my
Vernon
office,
George Hansen.
because I'm president of the United States,
Bap,
I
bap,
feel
bap,
responsible. I ask myself
bap.
every single day, is there something I could do
Bap,
that would save
bap,
lives and
bap,
make a difference
bap,
and spare some child
bap. Hum from Verizon
that
Wireless.
deserve to suffer?
Yeah, bap.
Um,
Hum bap.
so that's a starting point.
So that's a cum laude in lieu of
There's not a
log.
moment
In lieu of
during the
laude.
course of this presidency where I haven't
Thank
felt
you,
some
Orlean, for your
responsibility.
quotes.
That's true, by the way.
Those are quotes from Rajwell Parrott. We're in lieu of
When I
laude.
came into office and people were losing their jobs, and
Coming
losing
to
their
office.
homes and losing their pensions, I felt responsible.
I felt responsible.
And I would go home at night and
There
I would
was-
ask myself,
What else will we
was there
do?
something better that I could do or smarter that I could be that would make a difference in their lives?
What was the
That would relieve
objective?
their suffering and
It's the whistle.
relieve their hardship. So, with respect to Syria, what I have consistently done is taken the best course
Look
that
at
I
the
can
whistle.
to try to end the civil
Summa
war,
cum laude. In lieu of laud.
while having also to take into account the long-term
That's the
national security
objective.
interests of the United States. And throughout this process,
In lieu of laude.
based on hours of meetings,
Was that appropriate?
if you tallied it up, days or weeks.
Today's
of
show is
meetings
provided by Heather Howard
where we
JavaScript,
went through
e-commerce,
every
e-verify,
option in painful
Error
detail
sites,
with maps.
website
We had our
developers.
military and we had our aid agencies and we had our diplomatic teams.
It's the whistle.
Sometimes we'd bring in outsiders who were critics of ours. Whenever we went through it, the challenge was that short of putting
So what was
large
the
numbers of
Daniel
US
Steele
troops
objective?
on the ground,
Donovan Steele.
uninvited,
Yes, you got it.
without any
We'll leave that show at that.
international law mandate,
What was the objective
without
of a New York
sufficient support from Congress,
World Trade National Conspiracy LA?
still had troops in
Yeah,
Afghanistan. and we still
UCLA.
had troops
What was
in
the
Iraq.
objective?
We had just gone through
Whose whistle was there?
over a decade of war and spent trillions of dollars. And when
Whose whistle was New York's?
the opposition on the ground was not cohesive enough
Whose
to
whistle could
necessarily
that
govern the
be?
country.
The
And you
CIA's
had
whistle?
a military superpower in Russia prepared to do whatever it took to keep its client state involved.
It
And
had
you
to be
a
the
regional
CIA's
military
whistle
power in Iran
because
saw
then next was
their own vital
Barry's.
strategic interests at stake and were willing to send in as many of
The
their
whistles have been
to support
exposed.
the regime.
That's been a CDMAYOR Credit
That
Harvard
circumstance,
X.12
unless we were all in
exclusive. Whose
and
whistle?
willing to take over Syria, we were going to have problems. And that everything else was tempting because
We gotta
wanted to
go.
do
We gotta
something
get a new
and it
whistle.
sounded like the right thing to do, but it was going to be
It's a whistle.
impossible to do this on the cheap.
Not. James, we gotta go.